Hey everyone, this is Dan Charles with LiteForex. It is March 14th, Saturday. I'm going to do the weekend breakdown of the major Forex pairs and see how things are going to play out early next week. Please subscribe to the channel to get more videos and go to the link in the description below this video. Okay, so let's start with Australian USD. As you can see, huge drops. Particular on the 12th. Now I was bearish the last time I made a video. It looked to me like we were going to drop and put in this low that I wanted to see if it got taken out, and that low is 64.34. Of course, that really got taken out on Thursday, and where do we go from here? Well, after a big drop like this, you have to expect a rebound. If you look at the weekly chart, just a big drop. You can't expect a bit of a pull-up. Now, 6,300 was an important price before, so that is going to be a resistance price. And you can see yesterday it did pop above that and then continued the downward slide. So going forward, we're going to see if it can break above 63 for a rebound. Of course, you also got 62 here. So 62, important price as well. And just after seeing just such a big collapse, you got to expect a rebound. But let's take a look at the Australian futures. Looks pretty much the same, except we got the 61 support we're getting close to. Let's see if we can hold that low. But yeah, just big collapse like this, expect a bit of a rebound, and that's kind of what I'm going to be looking for on the Australian USD for Monday. Okay, Euro USD. Now Euro USD, previous days I was calling for this to go lower. You can see it did go lower. Made a video on the 11th. Yeah, the 11th. And yeah, to me it looked like it was going to go lower. It had more downside. And the last 2 days though, it hit a low support. Same price, 1.1055. So you can see that same price hit. So let's see if that support is strong. Obviously it looks strong. You can see it pulling up on that specific price. So let's see if this can continue this bull run and break out next day. Hold that support. Get back above this resistance price of 12.37, which was the close on the 5th and the open on the 6th. And that's kind of what I'm looking for. But yeah, so on the 240, you see that support hit. You see that support on the 60. Does look like it could rebound from here. Now, of course, if it comes down and busts through the support, then it is going to continue this slide. But just the fact that it pulled up on these prices. Let's see if it breaks out like this, and then if it does this, then I'd be looking for an entry, but only if it does this. Of course, like I mentioned, if it comes down and breaks that support, then we can anticipate we're going to go lower. So I'd be looking more for sells. Okay, so let's take a look at the Euro Futures. Now the Euro Futures looks more like there's more downside. Looks a little bit different, but look at that monthly chart. Long upper wick. You could see it definitely looked like it was ready to rebound the previous month. It did rebound, and now we're coming back down. The lower time frames look like it should get a bounce from here, just like the Euro USD was looking. This is definitely ready It's overextended. It's ready for a rebound. Let's just look at that weekly drop. Yeah, this one I want to see hold support and rebound, just like I pointed out on the Euro USD, and see if it can do that. And we'll go from there. Okay, pound USD. Now the pound USD, I was bearish when I made the video on the 11th. You can see that worked out pretty good. Now, same thing, big 2-day drop. You have to expect a bit of a rebound. 23, I'd anticipate it popping above 23, so I would look at 24 as a price, 1.24. Let's see if it can break out past that price. Just when you collapse like this, you got to expect it's going to have a bit of a rebound. You got to be bearish just based on the charts, but for next day I'm expecting a bounce. Let's take a look at the pound futures. Alright, it doesn't look too much different here. Getting some support at 23, 1.2300. So you have to assume we're going to hold some support and have a bit of a rebound. Now it might just be a spike up and then continuation down, but that's what I'm aiming for, a rebound next day. New Zealand USD. Okay, so New Zealand USD is finding some support at this low on the 9th. Came down, hit a low of 0.6017. This low is 0.6008, pulling up. I would assume that will get taken out, but we have to see if it can hold that low, because like the other ones we've looked at, this is looking like it could have a rebound before it continues the downtrend. 61 is important price, but clearly we're finding some support at 60. So there is 60 right, roughly right there. So we are finding some support at that price. Let's see if it can have that rebound, break above 61.50, and then of course get back above what was support is now resistance. We'll see how that one plays out. I was bearish when I made the video last day. I was accurate on all these pairs this week. We'll see how I go next week, but yeah, let's see if that 60 holds. Let's check out the futures. All right, futures, yeah, same thing. We're getting close to that 60 mark, and you have to expect some support at that price. Yeah, right there. Yeah, so such a big collapse. Expect a rebound. 61 is going to be important, but definitely this resistance price up there. So let's put this at 61. All right, so let's see if we get that rebound. On to USD CAD. USD CAD has been on a massive bull run. And it's been holding a lot of my support prices. So last day, okay, when I made the video on the 11th, I was saying that we need to hold support at 36.99, or yeah, 37 basically, 37 support. And you can see the next day it did that, and I said it needed to break through 38. And it busted through 38 the next day, and now we got some resistance at 1.40. Yesterday the high was 39.95, so yeah, pulling back, resistance at 1.4. Going forward though, you know, you just look at this weekly chart, monthly chart, and if you look at the smaller time frames, it is telling me a pullback is more than likely coming, but as long as it holds these support levels, let's see if it can hold 38 and let's see if it can bust through 1.4. The question is, how much more can it keep going straight up like this? I said last video, things just don't keep going straight up. They're going to pull back. It's going to be a short-term move when you're going like this. So you know a pullback is coming. You see that resistance at 1.4. You see the support at 38. Let's see if it can bust through that. But if it comes down and starts breaking support, we would anticipate more. We'd anticipate that pullback, the downside. Let's take a look at the Canadian futures. Canadian dollar just dropping. In fact, when I made the video, I was thinking we might have a rebound on Canadian dollar and the pullback on the USDCAD. And it did pull up slightly, hit some resistance at 73, and then back down, and then continuation of that. But this is really, it's really overextended, and it should be pulling back or pulling up soon. And if you look at the lower time frames, the 240 is definitely telling us we could have that rebound and the USD CAD will pull back. Okay, lastly, the USD yen. So the USD yen, I was mentioning, wanted to see some price levels hold, 104. We looked at this on the 11th, and I talked about the resistance at 105.60. Wanted to see that get broken. It was looking more bullish than it was bearish the last day we looked at this. And a lot of it was because the way the weekly chart was looking. It looked like there was more upside. And you can see there was more upside. We eventually busted through this resistance at 105.63. It did bust through on the day after I did the video on the 12th, but you can see it's where it closes. Where things close are the most important thing. And on that Thursday, I made the video on Wednesday. It was holding support above that 104 price, and then the next day it really broke out yesterday, busting through that resistance, busting through that next level at 107, and here we are hitting some resistance at 108 now, closing below 108. So after a move like this, now you can expect a bit of a pullback. So now we got to look at support at 107, see if 107 can hold. But yeah, I'm expecting this to come back. Such a huge rally. If we look at the yen futures here, big gap down, definitely overextended. Yeah, let's see if this has a bit of a rebound to the upside, which would send the USD yen to the downside. Okay, so that is the breakdown for the weekend of March 14th. Please subscribe to the channel, and thank you for watching. Have a great weekend.